Or the guys, the Pro Male Collective brought this in as common misandry, which it is. This is a case of the anime One Piece, where the male artist draws the female characters in a way that appeals to us guys with rocking bodies and scantily dressed. This is a gorgeous female character. I approve 100%. And of course it is. But the problem is women out there have an issue with men enjoying this. This isn't a case of them wanting it to be for them. This is a case of them seeing guys enjoy something and getting pissed off. So I'm going to respond to this. What's your name? Spooksy. Okay. See these characters? Let's get that back here. That is a perfect design to me. This appeals to me. I like big boobs and I cannot lie.
Something that I can say about the female characters compared to a lot of other shonen, and especially shonen of its time, is that when it comes to writing, the One Piece girls are extremely well developed.
Thank you. So she's admitting that these women are written very well. They have character, right? So that's what supposedly counts, right, guys? It's not, hey, Spooksy, this isn't about the outer shell, is it? Right? So she's admitting that this is not about the female characters being poorly written or having, bad character or anything like that. They simply appeal to guys, and that's her issue.
Sakura's first defining moment is when she cuts her hair in a fight, despite her crush supposedly preferring longer-haired women.
You are bringing up the wrong example. The character of Sakura is universally hated by guys. All she did was suck the air out of the room. Oh no, she cut her hair. Her hair will never grow back.
It's not meant for you. What the?
Nami's is when she stabs at her captor's mark etched in her skin in anger, and when she finally turns to her friends to help her and her village.
Okay, so you're admitting this girl has a great character arc. She shows character. That's what's so important, right? Or isn't this about, hey, guys don't understand women or they write them poorly? So you're admitting that's not the case. So this is strictly about what appeals to men visually.
Moment. Well, that's my favorite moment of the series. I feel like this can be partially attributed to the fact that One Piece has no romance or ships written into it. Therefore, the woman can't be reduced to love interests for the male protagonist.
Which is too bad, because guys like that too, right? And she's not being reduced, right? So if a male character is in love with a female character, is he being reduced? I would say yes, actually. But you have no problem with that. Romance novels are strictly for you girls, and the male characters are reduced to love interest for the female character. The male characters are written shallowly too, right? But that's all right with you because that's for you, right?
In fact, when an interviewer asked Oda about relationships, he answered that the crew was in love with adventure. I say this to mention that it's incredibly unfortunate that such great writing get paired with this.
No. There is no comparison. This is not for you. Oh, but more importantly, men like this, so that's what we're going to watch. Period. So he's designing these female characters properly for his male audience.
And the thing that sucks is the characters didn't always look that way.
Okay, so you're saying he improved. Good.
At the start of the series, the characters had relatively normal proportions, which makes the descendants into madness even more apparent.
It's not madness. You mean the fact that he found out what guys like, the same thing that he likes. He likes big boobs too, so that's what he did, right? This isn't madness. You're just hating on guys.
However, I want to be clear that the characters don't have to be proportionate or have realistic bodies. I'm not saying that.
No, you just want them not to appeal to men. So all these other exaggerated physiques, they're fine as long as it doesn't turn guys on, right?
don't think the men have realistic bodies, and in some cases, the men are even more exaggerated than the female characters. However, they are still very diverse and original. To show a character design that is successful,
How is a giant muscular build original?
with an itty bitty waist, I introduce you to Meg Hercules, one of my favorite character designs.
Nice shooting, Rex.
I can't believe.
Okay, so this female design, which does appeal to guys, it appeals to you, therefore it's good.
Looks like your game's over, Wonder Boys.
And look at her waist, it's extremely small, but her design is still appealing.
Well,
And
so
those
it's One Piece. It's appealing to us.
are the main problems I have with the way Oda draws most of his women. Not only is it not really an appealing design choice, it's
It's a
given to
great appealing. Every guy loves this. So screw you.
practically every female in the show. And before you tell me that's not true, look at Big Mom, Lola. There's a couple of exceptions to the rule, but those aren't it. First of all, a woman is either given this body shape or just completely grotesque. There's no middle.
Well, what can I say, lady? He found the easiest way to draw. He picked his favorite, and the guys, as far as I can tell, I've seen videos involving One Piece, and in the comment section, the guys are going on about how gorgeous the girls are. So he's doing it right.
Ground. Haters are basic, choose your fighter. But all the main women have this body, and if we're going to be honest, a lot of them even have the same face. Now, I'll admit the face problem isn't as
Well, that's anime for you. Matter of fact, you're even going to prove my point by bringing up Sword Art Online.
bad as the body one, but it's still present. Vivi, Rebecca, Nami, and Kami all practically have the exact same face. And that's
Well, gorgeous women all look alike, right? Because beauty really isn't subjective. It's objective. Two women of the opposite, of different races, if they're really gorgeous, will look more alike to one another than the average woman of their races. Take a look at this. Wow. Similar facial structures from women of different races, right? Similar facial structure. And this is real life. High cheekbones, roughly the same width of face, of eyes, and everything else, okay? So that's why these characters all look alike, besides the fact that they're anime. Cartoon designs are like this. Charlie Brown was like this. Charlie Brown, right? Peanuts. They basically all had the same head, right? Here's Charlie Brown. Look at all the heads being the same, right? But that's not really what this is about. This is about you hating the fact that guys are having characters that appeal to them. That's what this is about.
just from the top of my head. That problem almost never occurs with the male characters. Sword Art Online is another anime that's criticized.
Thank you for pointing this out. Sword Art Online. And he shows all the female characters the same facial design. Know who else has the same facial design? The male characters. Does not the male character, the main Kirito, look just like his exact same face as the girls, doesn't he? Right. Right. So you're making a fool of yourself, as usual. All man haters do, Spooksy.
For having the same face syndrome. The thing is, the difference between the genders is less obvious. One Piece is a show that is very cartoonish and loves to exaggerate proportions, so the difference in approach to when a female character is designed compared to a male is widely apparent. What's even more disheartening,
Yeah, it's different in the way that it's done to appeal to us guys. Right.
is knowing that Oda clearly has the ability to make a cast of gorgeous and diverse female characters, but just chooses not to. Look at Robin's first introduction.
Well, that's your issue, lady, but it's not an issue by itself.
First one. She looks amazing. And look how unique your face shape is. And don't forget Perona. These are a couple of the exceptions, but They do not make the rule. However, this still only applies to the face thing because their bodies are exactly the same. Even
Well, let's face it, I like diverse looks in women too. But the simple fact is that's not your real issue. It's that this particular body type really appeals to guys. That's your issue. This is you hating on the male audience.
if their faces do diverge from the norm, while the men's bodies and faces are always very distinct. In another interview, he's actually been asked
Well,
about
the
this.
thing is, too, the guy's faces, they can be different. You girls will spread your legs for ugly guys who achieve success. So the male characters don't have to be all good looking.
Designs. He admits that he's gotten a lot of angry fan mail from female One Piece readers, and this also shows
Man,
that
a lot of man haters, right? You girls, there's all kinds of anime just for you, just for you. So all they're saying is, oh, guys are enjoying this. I don't like it.
it's not just the Western fans wanting to ruin anime. Some women of Japan were One Piece.
Well, yeah, that's right. That's a good point. Uh, Women are all the same worldwide. Women don't like men. Women actually dislike men strongly, and this is proof of it.
Is produced also expressed annoyance at how women were depicted in his manga. I'm going to read a summarized, translated excerpt from one of his interviews. He believes One Piece is exclusively tailored to teenage boys,
Well, it is because that's what he tailored it for. That's right.
and therefore avoids romance and death scenes as much as possible. He also rejects the requests from female audiences because they are not his target audience. For
There you go. That's nice. You girls have all kinds of romance novels that's targeted towards you. And this man is targeted for the young man, and I'm glad to see that.
example, he gets a lot of complaints from women because of the way he draws female characters. He got a request from a woman to remove shin hair from Sanji because she thought it makes him look less attractive, etc. So Oda practically doesn't
Really? So a woman complained that she wants the male characters to appeal to her, right? Right. So this is all about saying these female characters appeal to guys, and you don't like that. That's why we call this common misandry. This is sexism against men. You do realize that, right?
really consider his female fans of his work as he does his male fans. At least he's being honest. He pretty much said this is for boys and boys only. You can watch it too, but don't
Okay, there you go. That's his proper response, and you have to accept that.
expect your opinion to actually carry any weight. Here's another quote from one of his interviews. I approached it thinking that since I'm drawing for a boys' comic magazine, then it's my job to make sure they enjoy what they're reading.
Good for him. Proper response.
When you actually do become a professional, you'll start getting fan letters and other things, and you'll soon find out that the overwhelming majority of them are from girls. Boys just aren't the type to pick up a pen. Haha!
Well, it's true, obviously.
They don't have things like stationery or stamps, and they don't think about going through the grueling task of writing someone just to say that was cool. Boys are a life form that enjoys something but won't bother to tell you that they actually do.
And this is really an issue for me, Spooksy, because seeing that there are awful people like you out there working to wreck One Piece for guys' enjoyment, these young men should be writing to him and telling him that they love it. Because I see it in the comment section about One Piece all the time. When I see One Piece reviews, I look in the comment section and there'll be guys down there saying how knockout the girls are. And young guys should be writing in to support this man's choices because his choices are the proper choices.
So just by reading this, it's pretty clear that despite Oda having a very large female fan base that sends him mail, he has rationalized that the reason he doesn't get a lot of mail
He's not rationalizing. He's writing it for guys, period.
Fans is because writing letters is a girl thing. Granted, this is Japan, and I'm not fully informed on their specific gender rules, so this could be a natural belief. But fellas, is it gay to be literate?
No. Well, actually, yes. Because guys who do well at school and are proper, they find the girls aren't interested in them. they're more likely to go out with the bad boy. So guys don't show off their literacy to girls, right?
Sexism is kind of
It's
disappointing.
rampant against guys. Men and boys suffer sexism constantly. They're suffering sexism from you right now. And it's more than sad, it's outrageous. That's why I'm making this response video.
Do I think Oda will ever improve and diversify the female characters he designs?
I hope he never does.
No. He doesn't really respect women in real life. He doesn't respect his
No. He respects his male audience. That's what he respects. And the fact that you see him respecting his male audience as disrespecting women shows you just how awful women are. How women are the class enemy of men. You're living proof of it.
fans. And that's clearly reflected in his work. You can learn a lot about an artist based on what they produce. The limited design the female characters have, the options to be either perfect or grotesque. Is it that big of a stretch to say he may put women in real life in those boxes too, compared to the many way men are allowed to be depicted in his works?
I don't care. And matter of fact, the most important thing is how he writes the characters, which you admit. The female characters have depth. And so you are saying that even though he does the female characters with depth, what matters to you is whether they appeal to guys physically. Thank you for admitting that. Thank you for admitting that women are only skin deep and that they don't like men.
When asked on how Oda draws women, he explained how and sketched a bit. 2 lines and a set of circles on top. That is Oda's elusive drawing process when it comes to women.
Well, yeah, genius. Yeah, genius. How do you think they do it with Charlie Brown? Where's Charlie Brown here? How they do it? He draws a circle for the head, and he starts with that. They have the same character design. That's right.
A pencil with tits.
So he's making
Oda
sure these women have nice big boobs, which guys like. Good.
is an incredibly talented writer. He's clearly passionate about what he does, and hey, he's good at it. I'm not saying that we should cancel Oda or anything.
Yes, you are. You're saying you want to cancel him. You want it to change it so it's not appealing to guys. This isn't. You're not saying you want it to appeal to you. What you want it to do is not appeal to men. And you would cancel this guy if you had a chance. You just don't want to admit it.
Like that. But I just wanted to bring attention to a lot of creators in the industry and what they may feel. Like I said before, I doubt he'll ever change it, especially since he has no respect for his female fans to be.
No. The fact that you frame his respect for male audience as disrespect for female audience says volumes about you. And it says volumes about your gender. It shows again and again women don't like men and will go out of their way to harm us in every way you can. Thank you for admitting that, because it's about time that men started waking up and seeing exactly what women think of men. You're looking at a character design that appeals to guys. It's made by a guy for guys, and you have a problem with that. And here's another thing. When you read your romance novels, the male characters don't have any character. They're just empty vessels that worships the female character. So we don't even get that from your loves, right? Okay, we've seen enough of this. That's what this is. That's the motivation of this person. And she comes off, as women do, right, as trying to say this is just neutral and it's just a criticism, but the only thing this is about is that men enjoy something and it's got to be stopped. So this is hostility to men. This is what this is, Spooksy. That's what you are. You're hostile to men simply because they're not your gender and you don't like us. So all you young guys listening, if there's any young guy listening, write into this creator of One Piece and tell him that you really appreciate his character design and you hope he never stops. Thank you.